With government plans for a cleaner and greener city, electric vehicles are getting increasingly popular in Singapore, and it seems more manufacturers are hopping onto this e-bandwagon. Not wanting to miss out, Opel has released this, their first electric commercial vehicle, the Vivaro-e. So how does this stack up against its petrol and diesel sisters? Now, at first glance, this looks like any other van. Probably a bit more classy, but still a normal van. Up front you get halogen headlights and even DRLs. The fog lights are adaptive too, activating in the direction of your steering. Pretty atas for a van. The charging port is located at the side, and this van offers both AC and DC charging. Now, the 75 kWh battery takes around 1.5 hours to be fully charged. So you could drop your kid off at tuition, plug this in, and it'll be full by the time your kid is done. Another atas feature you can get is the optional electrical sliding doors, which can be controlled from the front or even your key fob. Now, you do have your conventional side and rear doors to get into the back. However, for the more adventurous, you can lift up the front seat and you now have a hole to crawl through, much like at your local playground. I'm kidding, of course. This is probably to allow long cargo to fit in your van, but come on. The 12-year-old in us sees this as a tunnel. Round the back, there's nothing much going on. You get split rear doors, no exhaust pipe, obviously because this is electric, and an E-badge to let other motorists know you're driving something futuristic. The back of the Vivaro-e is, well, there's no other word to describe it, massive. It measures roughly 2.4 by 1.2 by 1.2 meters and has a payload capacity of 1,000 kilograms. And even though it is electric, the batteries are actually hidden underneath this flat floor, so it doesn't compromise on space. Going to IKEA to buy a sofa? No problem. Before we jump in, check out these huge door pockets. I mean, look at them. My cat could easily make this her home. Inside it is mostly plastic, and you do get this nice and tall driving position. The seats are comfortable and are made from fabric and synthetic leather. Now, this being a van, you can fit 3 in the front, although the middle person will have some awkward leg room due to this center console. There's also this tray table that folds down. You can put your laptop, you can makan off it, you can put your documents, whatever you want. And this hidden compartment where you can store extra items. Got something and you don't want your partner to know? The instrument cluster is mostly analog, apart from the small display in the middle. You can see your speed and battery level among other things, and the most important dial, your power consumption. This lets you know how much power you're using while driving, or the amount of regenerative braking you are getting while decelerating. While testing the van, I was thinking to myself, where are the cup holders? They're actually here on the dashboard. They're not very deep though, so I would think twice before putting my taping. There's this big slot in the center, which is great for documents, heck, even your laptop if you want to. You also get this very big glove box and an extra slot here to put things. The aircon and volume controls are physical dials. Old school, but they work perfectly fine. Funny thing is, this volume knob actually turns as you increase or decrease the volume. My OCD is killing me, man. The drive mode and gear selectors are simple and easy to use, and you do get an electronic parking brake as standard, which is located right here. The 7-inch touchscreen is small, but it's pretty responsive. You get menu buttons along the sides, and even Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, the van has a built-in navigation system, and it has a points of interest tab where you can locate places like chargers within your vicinity. Stuck somewhere and cannot find a charger? This will save your life. The Vivaro-e is powered by an electric motor that produces 260 Nm of torque and about 100 kW of power. The 75 kWh battery is good for around 330 km, and you can even get some juice back with regenerative braking. You don't have to worry about battery issues as well, as it is covered under an 8-year or 160,000 km warranty. Being electric, this van can go from 0 to 100 in just 11.9 seconds, which is damn fast for a van. And you'll know that as soon as you hear this very annoying sound. As with all commercial vehicles in Singapore, you're limited to just 70 km in this, which you'll very easily hit. Luckily, this van does come with cruise control, so you can just set it to 70 and cruise on the expressway. And just in case you fall asleep while doing so, it even comes with driver attention alert to keep you awake. The steering is relatively light, and even though it is huge, parking is very easy in this thanks to the 180-degree rear camera and the host of parking sensors. Now, traditional vans are usually noisy due to their loud engines and their poor insulation. But in this, you hear that? It sounds like a library compared to them. You really feel separated from the rest of the world. And it feels very calming to drive. You just pop into drive and whoosh away in silence. No fuss, no problems. There's really nothing much to complain about the Vivaro-e. It is extremely silent, can fit loads of cargo, and has a spacious cabin with lots of creature comforts. But as much as it's nice, it still has to be first and foremost a practical van. So now the question is, who is this van really for? At 109k at the time of this video, this is quite a pricey van. And yes, you'll be spending more time charging it up. However, when you factor in that electricity is cheaper and arguably maintenance costs in the long run are cheaper too, as electric vehicles do not have as many mechanical moving parts, then it does start to make sense. When you factor that all in, this may be a very good option for the eco-conscious business owner. While other vehicles are stuck in the workshop, yours will be silently prowling the roads or at the charging station. That's it for me. Do remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you again on mReview.
Motorist